Hi parents, welcome to Back to School Night. This is for consumer math if you are in here. My name is Mr. Gonzalez. I am the consumer math teacher. I apologize for not being there physically today. I am out of town, so I just wanted to share a little bit about myself and just go over the curriculum and what we are doing in consumer math this year. This is my second year teaching consumer math. I am also the weight training coach here at Western Christian High School, and this is my second year here at Western Christian. I have my degree from Zeus Pacific University in physical education and my single subject PE credential as well. So I do have some background and experience with this type of math as I was a prior restaurant manager for the past 10 years. So a lot of hands-on stuff, a lot of things that I can teach to your students. This year, consumer math has changed a lot, and I'm actually really excited about it because last year it was very difficult to teach out of a book that had a lot of breakdowns and problems that were very difficult and were very algebraic based and geometrical based as well, with a lot of homework and tests. So the makeup of this course has changed a lot with the new principal enacting it, making sure that it's going to be UC approved as a as an elective credit with an emphasis in math. So now your students will be getting credit for this class as being a UC approved course. So along with that, the makeup of this course is going to be a lot different than again was last year. We will still be learning the concepts, and I still will be teaching in class. However, the required materials will be a lot different, and there will be a lot more handouts given out. So first of all, if you do have the book already, that is great. The students won't need to bring it into class every day, but it's going to look like this guy right here, the consumer math one. There will be projects based out of it. But the notes that I hand out in class are going to be the essential tools that the students are going to use to learn and take quizzes and participation points with those as well. As far as everything else goes, this is now going to be a project-based curriculum. So the course, instead of having tests, the course is the grading policies, projects will be that large portion of the grading. So in consumer math, the students are going to learn arithmetic skills that they can apply in their personal lives. And of course, the students are going to be exposed to topics related to financial literacy. So we're going to help them out with certain things, problem solving, math topics such as savings, wealth building, college savings, dangers of debt, consumer awareness, budgeting, all the things that I wish I knew growing up because, I wish I wouldn't have gotten to student debt like I did and gone to a Cal State rather than going to a university. But God brought me there, so this is the way it is. Anyways, going on to the consumer math portion of the grading way and how the scale is going to work out this year. So in traditional math classes, they're required to have binders, they're required to have portfolios, they're required to have homework packets. This year, they're only going to be required to have a binder, and in that binder, it's going to be broken down into sections. They've already should have turned that binder into me for a grade and has been checked off along with the syllabus and the agreement of the policies. Inside of that, they're going to have their quizzes, homework, projects, and their participation. The participation is going to be the notes that they take every day. When I do lessons, I will have a printout for them every day, and they will follow along with me as if they were reading the book as well. That will allow me to have them have the specifics that they need to know about the certain areas of math that we're looking at, in addition to holding them accountable to participating every day to receive their points. So they'll receive 2 points every day by turning that in at the end of class. So participation is going to be worth 15% of their total grade. So it is a big part as well, having this be an elective. Final project, we'll do a final project this year instead of an entire final, an actual final. So the final project, we'll work on that over the course of a couple weeks together and then finalize it. And when we have the finals, it'll be a lot different. With that being said, projects are going to be a makeup of 45% of the entire class. We will do in-class projects. There will be projects sometimes that need to be taken home. There will be outside of school projects and inside of school projects that we work all together. We'll do fun interactive things. Not too long ago, we just did something really small, a small little activity to find out areas and perimeters and geometrical shapes so they built an arc together, or we had them do measurements by converting the metric system and the customary system as well. So they're just a small tidbits of what it's going to look like. But we're going to use everyday hands-on real-life things to get them more of a feel, more comfortable feel, and get them ready for the real world. Again, the consumer math program should have been designed like that beforehand, but now it's allowing us to do that with the ability of having a project-based curriculum. So again, projects are going to be worth a total of 45% of the grade rather than how tests were, there were 45% of that grade. So there will be weekly projects. Not every week, but there will be projects handed out, usually with every chapter that we do. So if they stay on task with their notes, the projects will be pretty easy for them to do that throughout the course of the semester. Of the first semester, that is. Homework will be worth 10%, and a lot of the homework, again, will be done in class. There'll be a lot of classwork that we do together. I always give them the opportunity to complete that during class time, and if they don't, they got to take it home and then bring it back to me the next day in order to get those points. With that, their portfolio or the binder will be worth 10%, where we do binder checks, and I'm allowed to do that and give them more grades and give them more points for that binder that they have. Finally, they'll have quizzes, and the quizzes are worth 5%. The quizzes that we just took, for an example, we did a group open note quiz, and together they found out how to find different things in there, looking through their notes in order to receive a high grade. A lot of the students did very well, and those who didn't take notes suffered. So they know how the program is going to go, and you can hold them accountable, and you can ask them, hey, why are your quiz scores so low? It's because they're not paying attention in class. So they want to make sure that they're paying attention in class, they're keeping all the handouts that I give to them, and they're putting that into their binder. Lastly, with that is going to be our new late work policy that I have enforced into this classroom. Late work policies before have changed from time to time, or they've been given late homework passes. With that being said, with the new late homework policy, it's going to be listed below on this paper for you, where the student, if they don't turn it in that day or the sign it when it's due without having an excused absence, will drop 10%. The student will only be allowed to receive up to a 90%, which is still an A. However, they have to do perfect on it in order to receive that grade. The policy will strictly be enforced, but if anything does come up, please email me and let me know if you need to set anything up. And then again, every student will be given the proper opportunity to turn in all their work on time, regardless of what the situation is at home. If there's something going on, I understand life happens. It happens to me all the time. So up to that point too, they'll be given an additional 2 weeks to turn that in, and if they do not, they will only receive up to a 60% for that late assignment. I do require a deadline at some point, and the 2 weeks I feel like is a great grace period as well, but it allowed to give them some time. So in addition to that, if you do guys have any questions about your student and you feel like there needs to be some type of adjustment made for them, which I feel like this new curriculum will be very, very beneficial for a lot of them because it allows me to be more hands-on, as well as watching them and holding them accountable without the worries of taking a test at the end of the chapter. It allows me to teach what needs to be taught and bypass everything else that is just something that is not needed for the real world. I will continually tell them that we have these magic things in front of us that they take for granted and use just for social media, where they can learn so much by having those. So we're going to use our phones, we're going to use the internet to really interact with the rest of the course in the curriculum, along with the guidance of the book, while incorporating a Christ-centered community as well. So again, if you have any questions, please email me. If you want to set up a time to meet with me and your student about any concerns that you may have, if you need help with accountability, if you need help or you think your student needs help to modify these certain specifics, I can definitely make those accommodations for you. Just please let me know in advance. I'd love to help you. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you about the new curriculum here with the Consumer Math program. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I should shoot back within 24 hours. Unless it is the weekend, it takes me a little bit longer. Thank you so much.